Yeah, so as you said, Monkey and El Clasico coming out here, and very quick ban out of Nora-Rengo.
Yeah, it looks like Thermite. No, it's going to be a Glaz. So I remember Dev, Statman dropping one. What was it? I think Glaz was banned 50% of the time for Nora-Rengo during the regular season of the Pro League. So it's definitely an operator they don't really want to deal with. Then Lion.
Yep, and this will be a mirror.
It's be a mirror. Are we calling it early?
Yep, it's been a mirror every single game for Fnatic. Lion mirror is what they have banned, regardless of what anyone else thinks. And I'm wrong.
I was just waiting for it. I knew it would happen. Valkyrie off the board there. Fnatic not really wanting to mess with that. And
I'm getting trolled.
Maybe they were listening to you.
Yeah, can they hear us? Is that what's happening?
Flea wants a retry. This clash is going to be that final ban to get locked on in. So Mira is on the board.
Yeah, Mira is on the board. Again, she's not exactly amazing for any side on this map. Like, she's not a must pick for any side. She doesn't change it drastically. She does make certain things easier though, so I do expect to see her.
Yeah, there we go. JJ straight onto it. She was available on Coastline, so Fnatic didn't ban her then.
Yeah, we are heading to the top floor for our first bomb site, and as the pick phase comes through, we are going to see a Frost coming out, hiding behind a Bandit. That's going to be pretty interesting to see.
So they, of course, showing that Bandit is trying to say, yeah, we're going downstairs, guys, and then they switch over to a Frost. Bit of a out there pick, a left field.
And what do you think about hiding the Blackbeard like that?
I don't know. I really don't think it's too important to hide a Blackbeard, but which of these operators do you really want to hide anyway? Like, it's more of like,
potentially the Capitao, maybe the Jackal.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But I agree. I don't think any of them are particularly high impact.
Yeah, like normally those operators that you really wish to hide are those ones on defense, such as the Frost, which is what we saw Nora-Rengo do.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming upstairs here, the mirrors, again, I don't think, especially upstairs, I don't think mirror is particularly useful. You can use it. Pardon me, you can use her going in holding the visa office here, the admin office, sorry, and I think that's exactly what they're going to be doing with it.
It's a sneaky spot for a Frost, Matt.
It is. It's going to be putting another one behind the table, surely, there.
I don't know. Let's wait and see how effective this Frost is, because I was just thinking that, I'm not really expecting too much from it.
Well, we've seen, what, 3 or 4 Frosts today, and we haven't seen a single person step in a Frost map.
Yeah, that's true. Well, looks like Fnatic going to be pushing hard and fast for this admin office.
Yep, a couple of drones going to come out, a couple of flashbangs going to come out, and nothing going to find of anything, really. And as, Rizraz uses that Blackbeard shield and just safely peeks what they can.
Yeah, they do have that mirror, however, in Tiny Kitchen there.
Yep, and they are watching for these Frost mats. They must know that there is a Frost, or else they have found a mat somewhere, because they're, a nice inverting play. And Walker and Rizraz get into a bit of a fight. No one really lands anything. Rizraz gets shot in the foot, I think, because he took like 2 damage, but that's it.
Yeah, well, Rizraz is also inside, and Walker almost finding the shots there is going to send Lusty low, but not to his death just yet. With Meryu also peeking in tandem, but Meryu's going to go down. Walker's going to aggress back in with the reload. They're aware of his position as Rizraz will finish off Meryu. Looks like Walker's going to get ready to try his crouch peeking, but no, Lusty is going to finish him off as he's downed.
Yep. And what aggression out of Walker there. Papilia steps right up into it. Rachel's come to the party as well. He wants a bit of it, and now we are down to a 3-on-3. I do not believe this one-at-a-time aggression out of Nora-Rengo.
Yeah, but looks like Lusty's come, Neophyte has come to spoil this party. He's going to take the head off JJ. So Papilia and Rachel, all that to do, and the flashbangs are coming out thick and fast.
Yep, Rachel's going to get Papilia's going to get flashed out as Rachel does find one. He manages to drop Neophyter, now tied up 2-2. The health advantage goes squarely in Nora-Rengo. The gas beam's going to come out. They are going to stall and just try and reset the fight here.
Yeah, well, Magnet really wanted to jump through that window, but I think he's going to change his mind. It really feels like Fnatic have got a man advantage, but
Rachel have read this really well.
Yeah, too aggressive over gaining that man advantage is, really leading them to put it into a 2-on-2 where suddenly they're not at the advantage, especially looking at that HP.
40 seconds left and you're going to put up a castle barricade. Just try and stop anything coming through. Why not? 30 seconds left, but look at the health bars of Fnatic right now. You know, both on a very slither of health, about 10 each, and Nora-Rengo going to be feeling very comfortable. 20 seconds left. There is a lot of castle barricades going up here. Fnatic are going to have to force their way around. Aces is about to jump in. And here it comes, the pre-fire from Rachel. Manages to find Aces. That leaves it entirely up to Magnet. And at this point, he's got nothing to do. He's locked out. He doesn't have diffuser. He's going to not make his way in. And the time is going to run out. Nora-Rengo take round number 1.
So that was very interesting. We see Fnatic, you know, successfully take control of admin, but then we see Nora-Rengo just throwing bodies at them one after the other. And, you know, eventually they do win some gunfights, put it down into a 3-on-3, another trade, and then Nora-Rengo just closed it out from there. It was a very interesting round. It played out very strangely.
Yeah, it was very, very interesting. Particularly the lemming aspect of them just going one at a time. Like, it was just kind of...
I think it was, like, calculated, like, oh, they won't expect another, or they won't expect another, will they? Like, it's...
Well, eventually you run out of bodies to expect, right? Like, you know, like... Once all 5 of you are dead, who do you throw out then?
Well, the round.
Fair point.
Well, that is Nora picking up that first one, regardless of whether you like their aggressiveness or not. And they're going to have to change up bomb site, in which they have gone down to the garage.
Yeah, so downstairs, this is going to be a bit more interesting. With the Thermite on the board, but not taken by Fnatic, means I do expect a hatch play here.
Yeah, well, with the Habana, they might open up some sight lines, especially coupled with that Blackbeard, can be rather deadly.
But they're not going to be able to plant at the white van, which is the normal plant spot we see. So I do expect to see, what, a Visa push into a couple of hatch drops?
Yeah, well, I think, you know, ideally they'll just take control of the whole bomb site and kill all of Nora-Rengo. Like, it really feels like this isn't a kind of execute kind of operator lineup, is it?
So you think they're not playing for the site, they're playing for the frags?
Yeah, that's, you know, kind of what it tells me if they're not really thinking about thermiting in. That being said, it can still be done with a Habana. Like, it still could be what they want to do. But
it's a lot harder to do.
Yes, of course. And judging by these spawns, I don't think it's going to be the case either.
Yeah, no. So they're going to go to top floor first. They're going to take control of this admin office and try and push their way across.
Not the worst idea in the world.
No, it isn't. A top-down clear is always a good thing.
Unless you're particularly strapped for time, which Fnatic seem to always end up in. There is a player to contest with upstairs, however. I can't quite tell from the silhouette who that may be.
And yeah, it seems like they're all the way over on the yellow stairs, so an easy run out from them. You know, they have their escape, they have their way out. And it's a hatch drop.
Fnatic, slow and steady clear, isn't it? You know, Nora-Rengo just falling back, not taking these fights at all, just making Fnatic waste their time.
Yeah, but JJ's Yokai drone is on that roof there, so they know exactly where Lusty is. He's just sort of watching him walk across. I don't think he should fire here. I think he should just use the information that they have and just back out.
Yeah, he's going to want to make sure it gets back to site safely, however, which is kind of the risk in this situation. Lusty going to be opening up a few angles through this floor. I think he might have seen the head as the shots come in his direction, but Mario's just going to default out of there. What? Mario does land that shot, but he's been punished for it. But for him, he is the doc. So he can re-heal his HP and go back to as if nothing happened there.
Yep, just going to drug himself back up to full health, but what a shot from Mario.
Absolutely nuts, wasn't it?
That was insane.
Well, a minute on the clock now. Man advantage in Nora-Rengo's favor, and Fnatic only just starting to get set up for their push now.
Yep, and, you know, it's been a decent use of their time so far. Whether or not, you know, the next 30 seconds is going to be telling of exactly how pressed they're going to be. Rizraz running down the spiral stairs. Neofighter looks like he might go down the servants entrance or even drop a hatch here.
But someone underneath.
Yep, and Nora-Rengo are prepared for basically everything here.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go. They are going to have to make this swift here, Fnatic, if they want to find this round. I think Neofighter might be aware that someone was in this position in blue.
Yep.
He's going to have Rizraz to support him here.
But there is no one there. Papilia's managed to sneak his way back around, but he does get spotted there. He gets down. They know he's down now, and I think they're just going to ignore him and move on.
Yeah, well, they really need to move on to this bomb site. 10 seconds to go. We're going to see Racial find one as Rizraz has got a double, but that is the kill feed just raining for Nora-Rengo to finish things off. And 2 in a row for them to kick this map off.
Yep, and a really nice double kill out of Rizraz there. They just lined up for him, but not enough. As you said, it is raining Nora-Rengo right now. And their kill feed is all coming up orange, which they're going to be real happy about.
Yeah, well, Fnatic, 2 rounds in a row, 2 rounds lost. We are expecting Nora-Rengo to take the lobby. Yes, that's what is locked in for now. But do you reckon we're going to see any split bomb site come out from them?
Fnatic will pull it out. I don't think Nora-Rengo will.
Yeah, that's for sure, isn't it? Unless Fnatic have decided it is not really too viable. But you feel like, you know, Fnatic have been getting closer and closer to winning a round. Surely this is the round that they would pick it up.
Maybe not. I think they might have a bit more work to do first. I think maybe one more loss and then they'll pick up a round.
This is, you know, traditionally the bomb site that you never saw, right? Like it was only when you had to go to it. And, you know, in this case, Nora-Rengo do. How fleshed out is their defense here?
Well, that's what we're going to have to see. Racial 6 kills.
He has been doing the hard carry. He's got double than the rest of his team combined.
That is a bit ridiculous. But a very, very strong showing from Racial.
He's definitely stepped up massively this weekend, hasn't he?
He really has. He's put on a great performance against both Atletico and now the Fnatic squad. So,
10 seconds left.
how fleshed out is their defense going to be? Apparently enough. They all seem very confident in what they're doing.
Well, 3 minutes to find out, Fleet.
What's this?
3 minutes to find out for sure as we do enter that action phase. How do we think Fnatic are going to take this? Another push from admin is what we're expecting?
Yeah, I think that would be the way to go. It's, you know, the safest place on the map to enter, which is why we see people enter from there so much. And again, it's exactly what we're going to see.
Yeah, they're going to take control of admin, take control of that top floor and start pressuring down on into the bomb sites. As to where they end up, it really depends on where they find their frags out, I feel.
Yeah, and you know, that's really what it's going to come from. How well will Fnatic be prepared to attack this, and how much is Nora-Rengo willing to commit as the Jackal scan comes out, and you know, the 2 players up top are just going to have to piece out. Racial moves around, but Mariu, who was the one getting tracked.
Is there 4 players upstairs, or is it just the 3?
Just the 3. Just the 3. But they are going to pop their own mirror so they can hold it.
Yeah, I really like that from them, making sure that they can use it from this opposite angle as well, as they've realized the Fnatic push is coming from the east rather than from the west.
Yep, and Mariu has had to go back downstairs. He finally feels uncomfortable holding upstairs. Walker is going to join him, and that means Nora-Rengo is going to have full control of site as the final Nora-Rengo member. Racial is now on half health, and he's going to peace out as well.
Yeah, there we go. Fnatic taking control of that top floor. Only a minute and a half off the clock. That's a lot better from Fnatic in terms of managing their time. But, you know, this is where it normally starts to really slow down. We don't see anything happen. We're going to see a peek from Mariu. He's going to find one, but Rizraz simultaneously has found Walker.
Yeah, 4-4 now as a kill for each team comes out. And Mariu with a beautiful flank on that pulse. They weren't quite expecting it. He did, unfortunately, not land his headshot for him. And so he takes about half his health in reply.
Yeah, Mariu, we even saw it earlier on, just absolutely bossed that area around the spiral stairs, just being such a nuisance on that pulse.
Yeah, and he's taken even more damage now, as I've said that. So he's found another gunfight that he's taken, but he didn't land any shots, as no Fnatic member has taken any damage yet.
Yeah, looks like Fnatic are getting ready to go for this execute as well with 40 seconds on the clock. That's what we like to see. Magnet readying that utility. As we do see, he's going to use that smoke to completely cover that hatch. I feel as Rizraz will find JJ.
Yep, so we are now on a 3 versus 4. Nero has been taken pretty low in that exchange, but, you know, the pulse with a C4 still exists. The smoke with his babe still exists. Echo with his yokai still exists. Mariu finds himself a kill. And we are now down to a 3-on-3. The gas babes come out. It's going to deny the push in from Aces here. All they have to do is stop him from entering the bomb site. Rizraz going to drop down the spiral stairs. He knows one's there on his flank. It comes out. Rizraz will down Mariu. The plank goes down. Papilia doesn't manage to stop it. He managed to miss it, and it is all up to Papilia, but the kill credits come through. Fnatic pick up their first win.
Massive misplay from Papilia on that Echo. He could have won that round right then and there, but unfortunately just misses with the Echo the Yokai drone. I believe it was because of the position of that fan.
Yep, I think the fan stopped it. I think that's what happened.
It's
But
just
either
unlucky,
way,
isn't it?
well, bad positioning.
Yeah,
Like,
bad positioning.
like he had he could have gone anywhere else with that, and he could have successfully stopped the plant, but instead decides to go behind a fan. So I think that's more lost by Nora-Rengo than won by Fnatic.
Yeah, it was definitely very, like, it looked like it was favoured towards Fnatic in those first couple of exchanges, didn't it?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they hadn't successfully managed to gain the ground that they needed to ensure a plant.
Well, either way, we are heading over to the fourth round now. Looks like Nora...
Finka finally coming out.
So this is something we did touch on, didn't we? Apparently,
Yeah.
Dizzle...
They love their Finka.
Yeah, he really loves it. We haven't seen it at all, so maybe it feels like Fnatic are deciding, all right, now's the time for it to come on out.
Certainly looks like it. We're going back up top for Nora-Rengo.
I'm still not sure why they want to bring the Finka, though. Like, what's their thinking there?
I actually wouldn't have a clue. I find Finka personally quite annoying with her recoil changes. But, however, maybe Fnatic have gotten used to it and it becomes a boon. You know, ADS.
Surely that's not it, though.
Is it for the aggression? You get an ADS bonus.
Yeah.
You get a health bonus, and you get a recoil reduction. So if you're in close quarters, Finka is incredibly powerful, right? Because your recoil doesn't matter as much in close quarters, and you know the quicker ADS time ensures that you're going to be that little bit more accurate. So maybe if Fnatic's intending on being super aggressive, that's when they pull out the Finka.
Yeah, maybe. Let's just wait and see how they utilize it in this one. Well, they are going to have to deal with the break room once again. JJ screwed away in there with the mirror. And I believe he'll be backed up by Walker. Of course, this is where we saw them with just, you know, unchained aggression, just one after the other after the other. We're going to see smoke grenades jump up in front of that mirror first, it would appear.
Yep, and Walker's going to be playing the patient game. He's not going to worry about it too much. Decides not to throw his C4. Is instead going to keep it for potentially use later.
Yeah, decides to peace on out. Doesn't want to hang around there too much. And, you know, he's just lived to fight another day. He's decided not to take the straight-up aggressive fight. And, you know, it's still a 5-on-5 with a minute, just giving Fnatic some map control.
Yeah, Fnatic going to take full control of that admin office, and they're going to push their way across. They take control of the copy room. And finally, they're going to move forward into the hallway.
Well, Fnatic, they have been stalled out, it feels like. They have gained their control, but what do they do now? They've got 5 guns that are potentially facing their way.
Yeah, 5-on-5, about half the round gone as we come down to the minute 30 mark. And very little utility used from either side so far.
Yeah, that is true. There's still plenty up on the board, and, you know...
Here comes the first Finka charge.
Yeah, here it comes. So what exactly is it going to be used for? Like, they really need to worry about the smokes if they're going to be using those Finkas.
Yeah, and, well, what was it used for, right? Like, we didn't really see anyone get aggressive. We didn't see anything come out. We didn't see anything happen. We just saw a Finka charge go off.
Here comes Lusty. He's going to push right on up, and he's going to find JJ. He's gained access to the bomb site, and it looks like Nora-Rengo are going to have to try and react fast. There is Walker, though, to find Rizraz, and Lusty is going to go down to Meryu, putting us at a 3-on-4 man advantage to Nora.
Yeah, Neophyter's going to find one, though. That's a reply onto Walker. The smoke comes out from Magnet, from those Capital bolts, and Aces goes for the plant. Whether or not they're going to be able to stick it, that is going to be it. However, the shots come out. Magnet puts some pre-fires in, lands it onto Meryu, but the plant does successfully go down in amongst all this. Ace is now stuck between a rock and a hard place on site.
Yeah, Nora going to have to retake, and there's the start of it. Papilia is going to find Neophyter. Aces, he's going to get seen and downed, leaving it all up to Magnet, who's repelled outside. As soon as they discover where he is, surely they're going to be running out on him. And here we go. There's the first one. He's going to line Papilia up and take him on down. Half the diffuser gone, and Magnet's going to have to check it, and Meryu's going to take him on down. Round to Nora.
Yep, beautiful play by Nora. They weren't afraid to let that plant go down and then go for a retake, and we saw it pay off there. And I'm very interested in the fact that, you know, Nora, that wasn't a clean hold, but I think it was a good showing by Fnatic, but just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, it was very strange from Fnatic. Like, they did gain access to the bomb site. Ace's positioning was just, completely caught out. The way that Lusty pushed in, followed by, who was it, Rizraz, and they both died, that was mistimed. Like, the Capitao bolts needed to be down a lot earlier to cover the connector.
Yeah, and it certainly was. Fnatic have now called a tactical pause after that. So, Coach Dizzle going to be having a chat to his team, see what they can pull out here, seeing what they can, the changes they do have to make.
Well, they are down 3-1 on the final map. This is do or die time for them.
It certainly is, and I think Fnatic, they've made some interesting choices. I don't want to say that they've played poorly this map, because I don't think they have, but it's just been one or two choices across their losses that have really led to them losing the round.
Yeah, one or two bullets go different ways, and we could be looking at a different scoreline, couldn't we?
Yeah, well, I don't really think it's the choices of the bullets. Like it's more the choices that they have made.
It's
utility.
more of the figure of speech, like different.
Yeah, couple of different timed pushes, not just charging in one after the other, checking their corners, using their utility at the right time for the right purposes, getting what they want out of their utility. A couple of more choices like that, and we could definitely see this go the other way.
Well, we are in the final round of the half, so, after this one, it is going to be Fnatic on defense, which they've been doing a lot better on. So, all us Fnatic fans, all you Fnatic fans, have something to look forward to, maybe. I don't know. This is just me hoping, isn't it?
Yeah, at this point, I do think it is more of a hope for you, Monkey.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Oh, so you reckon it's set in stone that Nora are going to win this one?
Oh, not at all. This game is never set in stone.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about Siege. It's never set in stone.
Oh, it isn't, of course. So we take a quick look at the scoreboard. Rizraz on 6.
JJ on a donut.
Yeah, but the rest of Fnatic, no one more than 2.
It's interesting, isn't it? And I think that really shows the difference between the rounds. They had their one successful round thanks to Rizraz, and then not really picked up much else other than the consolation frag here or there.
Yeah, well, I think it's okay for JJ to be on a donut. Like, he does play that very anchor role where, half the time Fnatic can't even get to it. Yeah.
To locate a bomb and
So, like, before the round's over. And they are 3-1 up, so it's hard to be critical in that.
Yeah, that's it, right? Like,
position, isn't it?
an anchor when your team is winning doesn't do an awful lot on defense.
Well, here we go. Drones coming on out. Gonna see what they can see before Magnet puts down the Claymore in a pretty sneaky spot. Once again, Fnatic looking to take control from admin.
Yeah, I really want to see them just, take a thermite and go for this garage, right? Like, I think it honestly needs to happen. But alas, because this is the last round of the half, it's not going to happen.
Well, Rizraz going to jump on into the Art Gallery hallway. It's going to also open up with the lifeline. But no one from Nora really exposing themselves. Is this another anchor hold? Of course, they do have around the bathroom here, but Fnatic, they denied it very well last time. I feel like they're going to attempt to replicate that one.
Yeah, and Meryu does have the hatch open, so he can drop at any point if he needs to. But I think he's just trying to hide out here, right? Like, he is the Echo, so I think he's just trying to hide out here for as long as he can. Meryu, though, is going to find the kill on the Lusty. Manages to dome in.
Doesn't take a lick of damage back either, and he's going to get out of there for free. Yep,
and there's a finger boost for something. No aggression really happening. Everyone on Fnatic standing still.
Yeah, I'm still not sure.
Questionable use of her utility.
Was that just his own drone that Rizraz shot, his own team's drone?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. Looks like Fnatic. I really need to ask Izzle, what's with the finger? I really must know.
Yeah, well, let me know when you know, because I'm very curious on it as well. But here we are. They're going to wrap themselves around, try and go around for the white van push. The Habanas do go off. They will be able to get in there. No! I don't think he can get through that hole.
That is rather unfortunate, isn't it? The way that hole has blown open.
I don't think you can vault through that hole. Maybe you can on the left. I think you only need two pallets wide to get through, so potentially he can still vault through it. But the shot's coming out. Rizraz from above is going to find Papilia. That's the mute being taken off the board now. So no C4 out of him to deny anything. Rizraz finding Meryu. That's a huge frag as the Echo drops. Walker trying to hold quite an angle though.
Yeah, it is rather elevated, isn't it? But 15 seconds, it's going to come time for the push. There we go, Neofighter from behind. He can't land those shots as Rizraz is going to find Walker. However, Neofighter's going to push in with the pistol. As Rizraz with another one. Is that his fourth? Looking for the ace here. Looks like we're going to see JJ find one, and there we go. Rizraz with the ace.
Rizraz comes out huge there as Fnatic pick up their second round win. So 3-2 for the half. And I'm pretty sure we've had that scoreline throughout every half.
Yes, allow me to check back in my notes. No, the Clubhouse was very one-sided to Fnatic, remember?
Yes, it was, correct.
But now Fnatic are on defense, so, you know, traditionally they've struggled with attack. Well, so far today they've struggled with attack. So,
and having lost their defensive half, having lost their attacking half, coming into defense,
they can look forward to it and, you know, really feel like they could start getting numbers up on the board, especially the way Consulate plays. It's such, I feel...
But that being said, I feel like Nora-Rengo have looked incredibly powerful on their attacks.
Yeah, that's true. But, yeah, the way Consulate plays is it's very hard for attackers to get inside the building and gain some meaningful map control. So it kind of does lend itself to being more defensive-sided, especially with the presence of a mirror.
Yeah, I do agree with that. And if Fnatic can stop a beachhead being developed by Nora-Rengo, they can 100% keep them at bay here. But we are going to go to the top floor first.
Yeah, let's take a look at these operators that we're seeing from Nora-Rengo. No Finker. Wow, that's surprising.
But they do have a Thermite and the Hibana as well. So being ready for any situation there with 2 hard bridge. A Capitao to, you know, get the smoke plants down. I think this is a good, nice rounded team comp out of Nora-Rengo.
You know, one thing we did talk about earlier is Fnatic and their split bomb site. Do you reckon we're going to see it come out?
Potentially. They have managed to successfully defend it in the past. They did manage to successfully defend it against Xavier at the APAC finals in Tokyo. So, you know, I think taking it against Nora-Rengo is a totally different beast. So whether or not they feel comfortable to bring it out or whether they're just going to leave it there.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely have to wait and see. Nora-Rengo looking like they might be setting up for just a push from the windows.
Yeah, looking like they're going to go through very interesting side. Very interesting choice. Not going to take the admin office. Instead, going to try and take control of these garages. And that was, I think that was the tip of the Echo drone right there, connected with the roof.
Yeah, the highest it could have gotten. Magnet's in a very strong position on these yellow stairs as well. Backed up by those ADSs. He cannot get shot unless someone's going to have to push in.
Yeah, so, and they're going to have to take him on with a shotgun. Like, he's a close quarters god right now. And they're going to have to burn the ADS if they want to try and deal with him via utility. So I don't quite think they're going to be able to do it. Maybe a Capitao asphyxiation bolt can force him out, but it's not going to be able to kill him.
The Capitao's going to be the one thing that he has to worry about. If that is going to be paired with some frag grenades and also players watching for him to start running for it. I think they're about to bring a world of hurt to him right now.
Yeah, they know that there is no ADS there anymore, but they know he has the rotate out. No, not quite a bounce from the grenade from Walker. He's going to try and redo it again. Repositions himself, lands the bounce properly, but he kills himself as it doesn't go in.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Walker will be kicking himself right now, but you know, it's only a 5-on-4 just yet. There's still plenty of time, but Magnet, he's still alive in that position. And Rizraz, he's going to go for a run out from Garage. I love this. Who's he going to catch on the windows? No one. And he's going to go back inside, but he has given away that position. Meryu, he was there, but don't think Rizraz saw him. Yeah,
he was just a little bit too low. He was still blocked by the balcony. So really unfortunate by Walker. It's all right, mate. No one saw it.
Well, 50 seconds on the clock now, and Nora-Rengo do look a bit lost in this round. Everything they've tried really hasn't worked out at all. Ratial's going to go low, same for Meryu. So they are getting the hurt brought towards them. Oh, Ratial is going to find the Legion for free. He's going to finish him off before we're going to see Neofighter with the immediate trade on back.
Yeah, he certainly was. A little bit too happy out of the Legion there, but Magnet going to take out Papilia with that shotgun. Meryu finding Neofighter in reply. That leaves it in a 3 versus 2. JJ has the diffuser. He could potentially go for the plant. Here comes the smokes. They're going to smoke out everything. He's going to go for the plant in the corner. This isn't where they normally consider.
Oh!
Lusty's going to see 4 aces. Lusty's going to find JJ, though. He stops the plant. Lusty needs to come out with something huge. Here is Mary, who's going to finally pick up the kill credit onto Magnet, but with 5 seconds left. Lusty just needs to live. He needs to run. He needs to hide. He needs to go for the hills. He finds Mary.
Well, it really looked like Fnatic were trying to lose that round there, didn't it? At the end. The team kill and then peeking onto the final player when they've got the diffuser dropped in the corner.
I think if Nora-Rengo were going to throw with a self-grenade kill, Fnatic just said, hold my beer.
Yeah, they're like, you know, guys, we'll make it even. But they still managed to win it, so credit to Fnatic there. They did win that round, but it did come right down to the wire.
It really did. It was so close. Lusty just had to survive. And that's really all he did.
Split bomb site coming on out.
So, you wanted to know if we were going to find it? Here it is.
Yep. And I wonder how ready Nora-Rengo are for it. Consulate is their map.
They have to know that Fnatic plays it.
Yeah, but this is the new addition to the map, and you know, how practiced are Nora-Rengo on it? Like, you know, how often a team's going to want to take it in scrims against them?
You have to know that Nora-Rengo is going to take it. Like, sorry, that Fnatic are going to take it. Nora-Rengo have to be prepared for it, right? Like, they took it twice against Xavier. They took it once against Sengoku. You have to expect that it's going to happen.
The thing is, they've had such mixed success, whether it works or not. Like, it's bringing it out in the final. Is that the right time for it?
Oh, it's the best time for it.
The best time for it. Oh, Flea, you love to live on the edge, don't you, mate? But this is a bomb site that has to be defended across 3 levels. You're really putting your player base thin. And then, of course, you're coming up against one of the best teams in APAC.
And that's really it, isn't it? Like, one of the hardest things about this bomb site is you have to control all 3 levels of the map, right? Like, you can't let a single area of the map slip, or else you lose power. If you lose control of the top floor, then they can successfully pick you apart on the 2nd floor and go for a very safe plant. If they take control of the 2nd floor, they can pick you apart on the bottom floor and go for a very safe plant. Like, and you can't obviously lose control of the bottom floor because they'll just walk in and plant.
Yeah, well, you know, also same for 2nd floor. If you know, they lose control of it, they can just plant there. That's the nature of the beast of this bomb site. But with 40 seconds off right now, Nora-Rengo going to be sending their drones out, going to start this top-down push. So they're going to take from the west-hand side and start pushing towards admin, it would seem.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely what they're going to be going for here. Doing an odd push of west to east. Normally it's east to west on this map, but we're going to have to see how successful it is, as Nora-Rengo are trying to really invert the expectations of Fnatic.
Surely they are aware that there's going to be some presence up in admin. Surely the drones have come on out. Mario's going to take some damage there, but none done back at all.
Yeah, Papilia's managed to make his way up to the very end of the hallway, though. He could get very, very aggressive. Couple of shots coming out. Maryu's still landing into a fight here. I'm not quite sure who it's with, but either way, he's still not landing his shots.
Well, you hear that Capitao utility get used up, and it looks like Nora-Rengo are taking quite a while with this push as well. Lusty's going to find the first frag. That's Ratio going on down. Papilia pushing into break room. He's going to find 1. He's going to find 2. As the mirror was not looking at him, and that's the man advantage flips right around, but not for long. Rizraz is going to send it right back to even Steven.
Yeah, you know, a very, very good play there. Very good push by Nora-Rengo as they just sort of line themselves up. But Maryu, though, such a slither of health. Does he really count as being alive at this point?
Oh, technically, he can shoot a gun. He's alive.
That's it. I mean, we have seen, I think it was Rizraz on a slither of health in the very first map of the whole day to get a 3 kill on 1 HP, so totally possible.
Well, Nora-Rengo, 30 seconds on the clock, and they're still not even at the bomb sites just yet. Looks like the bottom one's completely out of the question. Looks like they really want to hit the middle floor.
Yeah, they really do, and I do agree with it. I think it's the easiest site to push out of the 2 of them. And whether or not they can do it. Aces does have his yokai drone up there, but as this clock is ticking down, they could be in a fair bit of trouble. Walker's going to push his way in, but Rizraz is going to take him out. Aces finds Maryu in amongst all this, and there it goes. The final one as Aces gets a double kill.
There we go. Fnatic take the lead, putting themselves up to 4-3. Now remember, they were down 3-1. That has been 3 rounds in a row for Fnatic.
Yeah, it has been very, very strong showing for Fnatic at this point. And, you know, Nora-Rengo could potentially call attack pause if they think they need it. 2 rounds in a row. That is the first time that they have lost 2 rounds in a row this map.
3 rounds in a row?
3 rounds in a row, you are correct.
Well, hear the timer tick on down. What do you think the feeling is in the Nora-Rengo camp right now?
I think they should be cautiously optimistic. I think that they know that they can take this map. They know that they can do it. There's no reason for them not to be able to do it at this point. They just have to push their way through it. They just have to.
Fnatic 1 point away from match point, series point, championship point.
Championship point. They could. They're 1 round away, 2 rounds away actually, from potentially walking away as the 6 Masters.
And defuse bombs.
And we do know this is something that they would absolutely love, and it is Lobby being the bomb side, to answer your question from earlier.
Look at that, Rizraz 13, 1 ace along the way, of course. Then the next highest is Lusty for 5 on his team.
Yeah, he's really put them on the back this match, hasn't he? This map in particular.
And maybe that's why Rizraz had so much to say. He's like, I'm doing all the work, so I'm going to do all the talking.
I don't quite think that's how a team works, Monkey, but you know, I definitely think that he has had an incredible performance on this map.
5 seconds to go.
Yes, indeed. As we do enter the action phase now, what is going to be the strategy from Nora-Rengo? Of course, normally it's going to be enter in at the top and then make your way across and then start working on down. Is that what we're going to expect to see?
Yeah, I think that is what we're going to be seeing, particularly for lobby. They have to take control of top floor. If you're attacking the lobby, that top floor needs to be in your control. So I think we're going to definitely see them here. Yep, they're going to go in through admin entrance. And potentially maybe one put pressure on the south side balcony. Or maybe even the main door downstairs.
So why don't we see more denial of people trying to jump in from that window, do you feel?
Because it's too easy to deal with, right? You try to deny that, you can effectively just walk straight into Visa downstairs, buck in below them, and they're gone, right? Like, frag grenades, stun grenades can all deal with it, even if you have an ADS to deal with. It's too easy to push people out of that spot to be able to effectively deny anything.
Yeah, Lusty a bit trigger happy with his C4. It looks like we're going to see Rizraz do the exact same thing, but none of these have been landing.
Yeah, nothing landing. Magnet's going to start throwing out these gas babes only 1 minute into the round. And just like that, so much utility off the board for Fnatic. Oh, Lusty gets aggressive. He doesn't manage to find anything. He takes a ton of damage for his troubles, though, and he manages to put virtually nothing back onto the Nora-Rengo squad. Aces, though, will find Maryu. That is the Capitao taken off the board. A big operator takeoff before the plank goes down. Yeah,
Lusty is going to drop that hatch and get on out of there. I was convinced he was the dead man walking until he managed to do that. Didn't realize the hatch was open, but now Neophyter, he's got a very nice and sneaky angle. He's going to send up his own C4, but oh, that only brings JJ down to 50.
Yeah, and that's the most successful C4 we've seen out of Fnatic so far. But Papilia is going to find one. I think that was a casualty out of Rizraz ducking as Rizraz trades him straight back, though.
Yeah, man advantage in Fnatic's hands after that 1-for-1 trade still. Minute on the clock. Nora-Rengo probably starting to feel this pressure mount.
Yeah, I think they probably are at this point. They need to pull out something. Walker and Lusty staring at each other through a window. Lusty is aware of it, but Walker is not. Is Lusty going to get aggressive? He is peeking out the window. If he jumps out here, this is a double kill waiting to happen. Is he going to go for it? He smacks it out, but does not jump. Instead, going to wait for the shots to come through. JJ finds Rizraz.
Yeah, looks like Ace is going to get his Echo drone set up in a position to help deny this plant. With so little time on the clock, he could have such success with it as well. But he's been spotted out. He's going to try and readjust, but no, he's only got the one now that he's going to have to rely on.
Yep, and that is a beautiful Echo drone. They're going to wait for it. They're not going to try and reveal it. Magnet does manage to deny the plant. Last one is on the side. Oh no, that's a down member, but Magnet comes up huge. Fnatic match point.
Yeah, what a play there from Magnet, denying the plant and also cleaning up these last two. Perfect stuff. He just snuck in behind the circle desk. Nora-Rengo caught completely unaware, and here we go, match point.
Match point indeed. And there's a dab in the crowd. I don't think you should be proud of that, young man.
Well, you know, we have seen a surprising lack of dabs from players this lane, haven't we?
Yeah, I think that's because we didn't have the introductions the way we did in Tokyo. You know, a one-on-one introduction where we sort of had a dab off between a couple of the teams. And I'm actually really embarrassed to say that.
That is pretty cringe.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Match point, series point, championship point, 15K point.
Yeah.
Fnatic.
And they're going back upstairs. Could this be the final round? Could this be where Fnatic says to themselves, Tokyo was a one-off?
Well, potentially. It has been 3 defense rounds in a row for Fnatic. Not a single attack round has been won by Nora just yet.
No, it hasn't. And I think if you're looking at Brazil, right, both these two teams going to Brazil, if you're an international player, an international team watching the Six Masters right now, seeing Nora-Rengo's Consulate, are you taking notes right now? Is this how we defeat Nora-Rengo? Do we take him to Consulate?
Consulate's traditionally been a very strong map for Nora. It's rather surprising to see that, I suppose not struggling is not really the right word for it, but you know, their attacks have definitely been a bit lackluster.
It really has, hasn't it? It's been very unimpressive.
Well, 2 minutes 50 on the clock. Just started this round, of course.
That's another... Aces has these echo drones down to a T, doesn't he?
He knows just the right distance. Of course, that one's a bit easy to just go to the landing, but the other one not so easy.
Yeah, he knows exactly where to place him to get the alternate angle. But Walker going to be droning in through this admin office. This is going to be where we see Nora-Rengo take control of as well. Propilia coming in through the side, again into admin office though. And this is why you don't see people trying to deny it, because there is so many angles. And the nades come out. They know there's an ADS. They're waiting for the stuns. The frags come out. But Walker! No! He double kills! Kills himself and Racial!
Oh, that is such a bad move to happen right there. Especially being against this match point right now. You can see what he was waiting to do. He wanted to time it right after those flashbangs to give Neophyter no chance to move. But it was just mistimed. Those ADSs deny it, and
That's the second failed grenade out of Walker, and now they're going to attempt to burn Neo out, but they don't manage to get the angle. The asphyxiation bolt does not land. And Nora-Rengo, just like that, potentially staring down the barrel of a loss.
5 on 3. They're going to have to use 3 members to take out 5 of Fnatic's if they want to stay alive in this series.
Yep, the Gas Babe's going to come out, going to deny any sort of aggression coming up the yellow stairs. He throws one across to the double windows. Nothing going to come from that either.
Yeah, Papilia running around downstairs. It really looks like Nora-Rengo have lost all direction at this point, doesn't it?
Yep, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to attack. They've lost their hard breach. They've lost some soft breach. What do they do at this point?
I think they're going to just have to go balls to the wall. Looks like that's what Papilia is going to be ready to do. He's going to open up from the spiral stairs, but Neophyter is going to find Meriu. Rizraz with another. It's all up to JJ. 1v5. I think this might be over here, Flea.
Yeah, I am going to have to agree with you here. I don't think they can do much, Monkey. JJ, 30 seconds left. Going to be pushing his way back into admin, but he's got a whole map to run across, and he's got 5 members of Fnatic to find. If you are going to keep yourself in it, though, this is how you're going to do it in a 1v5 ace clutch. Because, you know, why not? But no, through the wall, and just like that, Fnatic are your 6 Masters.
It's left such a sour taste in my mouth the way that's ended there. It's very unfortunate for the grenades, but in the end, I must say Fnatic were the better team, and, you know, that's how the scorelines reflected it.
Well, a little bit of revenge there, maybe, for Fnatic from the Season 8 finals. Able to get the 2-1 over Nora-Rengo. So, very good performance from Fnatic toward the end there. But like you guys said, things seem to fall apart a little bit for Nora-Rengo. Maybe they lost their mojo. Maybe they were getting tired. Nonetheless, it's Fnatic, the ones that walk away with the victory today.
certainly is, and they need to be very happy about that. And, you know, it's a great showing for them to be able to say, Tokyo was a mistake, Tokyo was a one-off, Tokyo will not happen again.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's really fair now in the sense that we've been able to get a 1-1 within the last couple of weeks, and it does kind of keep things a little bit interesting. If Nora-Rengo would have doubled up, you'd be like, oh, okay, well, yep, they're the best. But now it's sort of like, well, a little bit up in the air.
And yeah, look at Nora-Rengo as well. They're not begrudging Fnatic there for the win, of course. One thing interesting about today is that every team that's won the first map has lost the series.
Reverse sweep city. That's actually interesting to kind of think about. I haven't really thought about it. But, well, I guess in that case, Fnatic are happy to lose that first map.
Yeah, of course they are.
I guess probably happy not to choose the first map as well in that case, because that was Nora-Rengo's map pick as well. But you guys sort of talking a little bit about how things are going to go to Rio. We do know that both of these two teams are the teams going to Rio as the APAC representatives. I mean, did that kind of weigh on your mind a little bit here? Like thinking about how these matches play out, maybe there's something in there that we get to see as a step forward going to Rio?
I think that potentially I don't think either team brought out anything particularly new. I don't think anyone did anything to show any strategy or anything leading into Rio.
But even in that might be some information in itself.
Yeah, that might be it as well. Yeah, I have to ask yourselves, do they have anything new?
Do they just not want to show anything new?
That being said, there still is a bit of a chunk of change on the line here, isn't there? 15K for the winner. Like it's
not pocket money.
Yeah, like it's not like you're gonna show up and just say, "All right, boys, we're just gonna play it like it's ranked." Like, you know, these guys are definitely going at it, trying hard, but whether they brought out everything is, you know, still to be seen, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. And Fnatic, they started off a little bit shaky. They almost lost it to Darksided.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? That was a very tight series.
Let's be honest here. They almost didn't even make the grand final here, let alone win it.
Well, does that speak then to the strength of the ANZ region?
10 seconds left.
I think it speaks, first off, to the work that Darksided did this week leading into it, but second off, I don't think Fnatic prepared themselves for Darksided as nearly as much as they did for Nora-Rengo.
Yeah, it definitely says a lot when, you know, your series against Darksided is a lot closer in rounds than against Nora-Rengo.
Well, lots to think about then for Fnatic, maybe when they do come back from Rio, playing the next season of the ANZ Pro League. And looking at this matchup, I mean, we sort of were really hyping up Walker at the APAC Finals. He was probably the MVP for me from that event, but certainly hasn't shown up today for Nora-Rengo.
No, he hasn't. Call it jet lag, call it whatever you want. He really didn't show up. He made a lot of mistakes. He grenade killed it himself twice. He grenade killed it his own teammate once. Like...
And that shouldn't happen, like, ever,
no,
really.
It really shouldn't. There's no excuses for that whatsoever. Walker just had a very poor day, and whether or not it's just the day or not,
well, definitely a lot to think about then for Nora-Rengo as well. But I think for Fnatic across the board, things did tend to look pretty good. You know, I mean, Aces missed out on that one map where he didn't really do a whole lot. But aside from that, I mean, across the board, really, it felt like Fnatic looked good.
Yeah, Fnatic looked more positive today than they did in the APAC finals. So
yes.
I think that, you know, we did say that the loss on the APAC finals for Fnatic was really going to kick them up a gear, and I think we've seen the results of that today.
I mean, how far up do you think that's really kicked them? Like, is this the best Fnatic now?
This is a step.
This is definitely a step up?
I think it's more of a case that these two teams are close together, so, you know, it can go either way on the day when it comes down to it.
All right, well, that's it from us here, at least for now. We've got to go back down to the stage. It's time for the awards ceremony.
Well, there we have it. It is done and dusted. And now to present our medals, let me introduce Shane Batty from the Rainbow6 team from Ubisoft Australia, please. Let's get the medals around the necks of these boys. They have certainly deserved it. What a marathon. Game 3 after Game 3 after Game 3. And they've finally done it. $15,000 up. These fantastic medals. And of course, the trophy in just a moment. It has been one hell of a day here of play. Here at the ESL stage in the PAX Arena, Rainbow6 Siege Masters. It has been an absolute marathon of play. Fantastic. Well, there we are, gentlemen. Are we ready? Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please put your hands together for the 2018 Six Masters Fnatic!